Our story begins in February 2009 in a small, modest apartment in Mountain View, California. It's cold outside. A man is about to make a decision that will change his life and the lives of 2 billion other people, maybe even yours. His name is Jan Koum. He is of Ukrainian origin from the Soviet Union era. Remember this information, as it will be crucial. A former Yahoo engineer left his job 2 years ago without a clear plan and has been living off his savings since then. On his coffee table sits an iPhone. An old laptop rests on his lap as he opens his email inbox. A Facebook message informs him his application was unsuccessful. He stares at the screen briefly, unsurprised by another rejection. He thinks maybe he'd be better off starting his own business. Then as he thinks about it, an idea crosses his mind. What if you could tell your loved ones what you're doing without having to call them? Right at that moment, his idea isn't even to create a messaging service. It's just to invent an app where you could write a short line of text visible to your contacts. A status indicator to inform others if you're in a meeting, your device is out of battery, or you're unavailable without disturbing them. Nothing revolutionary, that's what they think. Because this mini status is going to give birth to the most used app in the world. WhatsApp was born that day, without a business model, fundraising, or plans for domination. Just a simple need and an obsession. No ads, no tracking. I'll spoil it for you. If you use WhatsApp, you know this promise won't last long. 6 years later, Facebook acquires WhatsApp. $19 billion, a totally crazy amount for a company that doesn't make any profit. So, how did an app launched without ads, budget, or plan manage to gain over 2 billion users? Why did Facebook put so much money on the table? And above all, how did WhatsApp go from being a symbol of digital freedom to a tool for surveillance, influence, and sometimes even chaos? Hi Team Mindset, I hope you're doing well. Today we're going to dive into the fascinating history of WhatsApp, a minimalist project that became a global empire. It's a story of dreams, betrayal, state scandal, but also a perfect example of what happens when a vision collides with an acquisition. As always, we'll end with the key takeaways for entrepreneurs. Let's get started. Jan Koum, exhausted, persists in his living room, striving for weeks to stabilize his app. The initial tests are awful. Repeated crashes, unstable interface, almost no one uses it, but he keeps going, line by line. One evening, an Apple update will change everything. iPhone push notifications arrive. For Koum, the new developer feature marks a turning point, despite being a technical detail. He changes the code, and suddenly, when a user changes their status, all their contacts receive an alert. And then, something strange happens. People begin messaging each other, not in a chat, but through status updates. Running late, calling in 5, meet at the repurposed cafe out front. It works. Koum immediately realizes he didn't create a status app, but accidentally invented a messaging app. He pivots. In August 2009, he launches WhatsApp 2.0, an ultra-simple app that sends messages over the internet without login, ads, or anything unnecessary. And then everything takes off. In just a few weeks, more than 250,000 users. No marketing, no articles in TechCrunch. Just people sending each other messages and, for once, having nothing to set up. Open the app, view contacts, and chat with them. That's it. At the time, it's a revolution, because short message services still charge per message in most countries. And WhatsApp costs nothing or almost nothing. In the United States, the app is charged 99 cents per year after the first free year. The app is built by engineers, not salespeople, and has no ads, data collection, or secret algorithms analyzing you. A few years later, Koum recruits Brian Acton, his former Yahoo colleague. With some extra cash, Brian is now a firm believer in the project. He invests $250,000 and officially becomes a co-founder. The two men have a clear philosophy: no ads, tracking, or compromising privacy. A sign in their office reads, "No ads, games, or gimmicks." While the tech industry focuses on engagement, retention, and monetization, WhatsApp takes a different approach. It doesn't want to keep you, it wants to serve you, and that's what makes all the difference. In 2011, the app took off in India, Brazil, and Europe. In 2013, it surpassed 200 million active users. In 2014, it had 450 million users and only 50 employees. It's completely crazy, an explosive growth driven by a tiny team, and yet nothing gets out of hand. Everything works because behind this simplicity, every task, every process, Every tool is ultra-optimized. And that's the real lesson. It's not the size of your team that matters. It's your ability to stay agile while growing your business without spreading yourself too thin. WhatsApp is one of the craziest growth stories in tech history, and of course, it attracts attention, including that of a certain Mark Zuckerberg. With a single concept, if you can't outperform, you must acquire. His upcoming proposal will rock Silicon Valley. For Kum, it will mark the start of an impossible dilemma. Facebook faces tension as Messenger stagnates, youth leave the platform, and a new service unexpectedly explodes in popularity. WhatsApp has 450 million active users. No ads, no buzz. Just an ultra-simple messaging app that replaces short message service in dozens of countries. And the worst part for Facebook is that WhatsApp works without them, without their application programming interface, without their ads, without their blessing. Recognizing the threat, Mark Zuckerberg contacts Gene Kaum with a proposition. If you paid attention at the start of the video, there's a detail that should alert you. A few years earlier, after leaving Yahoo, Kaum had sent a resume to Facebook. He wanted a job, just a position, but Facebook turned him down. The same offices that once offered him a job are now reaching out to him, but for a different reason. They offer him $2 billion, Kaum refuses. Zuckerberg comes back with $6 billion. Still no, he insists. $12 billion, not interested. And then one day the number, which was already crazy, goes beyond comprehension. $19 billion. At that level, it's not an offer but a punch, impossible to ignore. A buyout or surrender. Kaum hesitates. He dislikes targeted ads and is cautious about data collection. He fully understands Facebook's culture, business model, and the potential losses he risks by accepting. Zuckerberg assures WhatsApp will stay independent, with no ads or data collection, respecting the original vision. A strategic investment, but John Kaum is unaware that this promise is merely a contract line. It won't survive long against Facebook's growth logic. We'll return to that later. The agreement is now signed. $19 billion, including $4 billion in cash, and the rest in Facebook shares. It's the biggest acquisition ever made by the company and one of the largest in tech history. But financially, it doesn't make sense. As you know, WhatsApp doesn't bring in any revenue. No ads. A $1 per year model, minimally enforced. Zuckerberg ignores revenue, focusing on potential. 3 numbers obsess him: adoption, retention, and above all, behavioral data. WhatsApp is currently the most used app daily worldwide. Simply put, over 70% of people with the app open it daily. A number that even Facebook or Instagram have never managed to reach. People don't come to get information or to post. They use it morning, noon, and night like an antibiotic. For Facebook, as you can imagine, it's a godsend. A direct channel to billions of users, a dormant gold mine. Because conversation is the ultimate data. So officially, the message is clear. Nothing will be touched. But beneath the surface, pressure is mounting. Zuckerberg wants WhatsApp to be profitable, but John Kaum may have unknowingly sold out his principles. Things will quickly spiral out of control. Meeting room, glass wall, lukewarm coffee, PowerPoint projected on the big screen. A WhatsApp message is displayed on the screen. 2 years after Facebook acquired the app. Officially, everything is fine. WhatsApp runs without ads. Jan Kaum is still there. Oh yes, by the way, just a quick note. Sometimes I say Gene Kaum, sometimes I say Jan Kaum. It's spelled J-A-N. Tell me in the comments, how should it be pronounced? Thank you, community. Zuckerberg reiterates his promise. WhatsApp to stay independent with no ads or data exploitation. But internally, everyone knows WhatsApp is going to be monetized. It's not immediate or sudden, but it's planned and inevitable. There's a detail that the public isn't told about. WhatsApp costs a fortune to maintain. Millions of users, overloaded servers, a global infrastructure, and no monetization. And Zuckerberg isn't putting $19 billion on the table to fund a philanthropic project. He never did it to preserve a vision, he did it to buy time. Wait for users to get hooked, wait for the founders to leave, and then pull the lever. It wasn't a slip-up, it was a plan. The plan will be implemented starting in 2016. WhatsApp updates its terms of use. And one sentence immediately catches the eye. We will share certain information with Facebook to improve your experience. Behind this sentence lies a major shift. Your phone number, your usage data, and your connection times can now be cross-referenced with your Facebook profile. For Jan Koum, this is a red line. It's exactly what he had sworn to avoid, but this time, he's no longer in control. Meanwhile, WhatsApp Business, a version designed for companies, is gaining traction. They can contact you directly and, most importantly, pay to do so. That's the last straw for Brian Acton. Remember him, the co-founder? In 2017, he departs WhatsApp. Months later, he posts a historic tweet. It's time to delete Facebook. It's not a publicity stunt, it's an act of breaking away. Acton leaves Facebook, giving up nearly $850 million in unvested shares. Don't bother asking. I already asked ChatGPT. Today, it would be worth about $3.3 billion. Honestly, the guy has real values, good for him. Just so as not to support what WhatsApp is becoming. Jan Koum, on the other hand, holds on for a few more months. But in 2018, he leaves the ship as well, without drama, without revenge, but with a heavy heart. 2 founders, 2 resignations, and only one reality. Facebook never intended to protect WhatsApp. It simply waited for the right moment to reprogram it. In your opinion, were the co-founders too naive, or did they know what was going to happen? The interface, in any case, hasn't changed, but the foundation has collapsed. And this invisible shift will soon produce its first concrete effects in the real world. With the founders gone, Facebook can now evolve WhatsApp according to its own rules, but it's doing it intelligently. No flashing ads or banners on your conversations. Facebook will pursue a more subtle approach through business integration. The concept is straightforward. People have never wanted to pay and never will. Rather than monetizing the user, they decide to monetize those who want to talk to them. Businesses. It begins with WhatsApp Business, a specialized app version designed for professionals. Chat with brands, place orders, and get customer service directly on WhatsApp. A game changer for businesses. Everything now happens in your messages. No emails or forms needed. Facebook sees a massive opportunity in transforming WhatsApp into a universal customer relations channel and monetizing it. An application programming interface is launched. Big brands pay to automate responses, and soon, every message sent by a company will be charged. You can't see it, but behind the scenes, WhatsApp is becoming a cash machine. The second layer is advertising, which you are well aware of. Not yet in WhatsApp, but around it on Facebook and Instagram. You see an ad that says, "Contact us on WhatsApp." You click, the conversation opens, and you become a captive prospect. This system is called Click to WhatsApp, and it is becoming one of Meta's most profitable advertising levers. Because it combines 3 things the company loves: your attention, your data, and your real-time behavior. And that's where everything comes together. WhatsApp has evolved beyond messaging into a shopping interface and a subtle but powerful extension of Meta's advertising strategy. A businessman receives a WhatsApp call. Black screen, unknown number. He doesn't answer. The phone vibrates for a second, then goes silent. But what he doesn't know is that this simple call was enough. His phone was hacked, and now all his data is in the possession of spyware. One name keeps coming up in the confidential Pegasus reports, a military spyware developed by the Israeli company NSO Group, capable of activating your microphone, turning on your camera, and tracking all your movements without you even realizing it. The gravest concern is that WhatsApp was the entry point, and this case is not unique. Journalists, diplomats, business leaders, and even Amazon founder Jeff Bezos have fallen victim. A missed call is all it takes to complete the infiltration, no clicks or links required. WhatsApp files a complaint against NSO which denies it, sparking a scandal and deep doubt. Even encrypted apps can be vulnerable, which users remember. Months later, the tension escalates further. WhatsApp announced a change to its terms of use in January 2021. If you refuse to share specific data with Facebook, you lose access to your account, but not your messages, only the metadata. Your location, activity, and device are being tracked excessively. Millions of users realize that the model has changed. It's no longer the independent app it once was, but now a part of the Meta machine. As a result, an exodus, Signal goes from 10 to 50 million downloads in 2 weeks. Telegram gains 25 million users in 72 hours. WhatsApp remains dominant, but the breach is open. For the first time, users are questioning if they should stay on Meta's platform, and the company is feeling the impact. To retain users, WhatsApp is adding features like channels, stories, reels, and emoji. The app keeps rolling out new features. WhatsApp is no longer just a simple messaging tool. It's now a hub for commerce, customer support, and advertising, and it's proving effective. Today, WhatsApp has become a pillar of the Meta model, a cash machine, an extremely profitable customer retention channel, a monetization tool hidden within your conversations. However, this success compromises clarity, simplicity, and trust, leaving the app at a crossroads. The story of WhatsApp isn't just about an app, it's a masterclass. If you're an entrepreneur, here are 3 lessons you should keep in mind. A simple project can conquer the world if it addresses a real frustration. WhatsApp wasn't revolutionary, just a simple idea. Send messages without paying for short message service. No fundraising or flashy design needed. And that was powerful enough to attract 2 billion users. It's not the complexity of your solution that matters, it's the clarity of your answer to a real need. The second is that what you refuse to become today is the key to your model of main cum. And Acton swore there would never be ads, never any tracking, never any data collection. Nevertheless, Meta gradually implemented these changes to transform WhatsApp. The model the founders refused was the one that would bring in billions of dollars. In business, your principles are your foundation. But the market moves forward, with or without you, and one day someone else will rewrite them for you. The third lesson is that some successes disappear as soon as you sell them. The buyout by Facebook made them multi-billionaires, but also spectators. They witnessed their creation transform and their promise betrayed, helpless to intervene. They profited but lost their vision, power, and voice. Is staying quiet worth $19 billion? What's your opinion? The moral is, if you sell too early, too big, or without clear terms, you lose your freedom. You become a spectator of your own work. A bit like the founders of YouTube, 3 young men who sold a fairly simple video sharing site to Google. Without knowing that they would completely replace television and control the way we consume content online, as we see in the video that's showing.